In 1971, a baby boy was born in Pretoria, South Africa. This boy would one day change the world, and his name was Elon Musk. His mother May was a model and a nutrition expert, and his father Errol was an engineer who built machines. Elon also had siblings, a younger brother named Kimball, and a younger sister named Tosca. But even as a small child, Elon felt different from everyone else. Elon was a very curious kid, who asked questions about everything and wanted to know how things worked. Every single day he read books about science fiction stories, about computers, and about building machines. Inside his mind, new worlds and endless possibilities for the future already existed. When Elon was 10 years old, he became very interested in computers, even though almost nobody had a computer at home back then. He taught himself how to code, and when he was only 12 years old, he sold his first computer game, which he had created all by himself. School was not easy for Elon, even though he was a very smart boy. The other kids were not nice to him, and they bullied him all the time. One day, he was beaten up so badly that he had to go to the hospital. He was often alone, and every day he spent hours reading books, instead of playing with other children. Life at home was also not easy, because his father was a difficult person. They did not always understand each other, and his father was very demanding and strict with him. These hard experiences shaped Elon, and gave him the strong wish to achieve something great. As Elon grew older, he felt like he did not belong in South Africa. He wanted to leave the country and go somewhere where he could learn more and achieve more. In South Africa, young men had to join the army, but Elon did not want that. Instead of going to the army, he wanted to be free, to think, to invent, and to change the world. When he was only 17 years old, Elon made a big decision. He left South Africa and moved to Canada to start a new life. This was the end of one chapter and the beginning of a great adventure. It was the start of his dream to change the world and to make the impossible possible. In Canada and later in America, Elon Musk studied at very good universities, like the University of Pennsylvania. There, he got 2 degrees, one in economics and one in physics. These 2 very different subjects would later help him understand both science and business. Elon was accepted at the famous Stanford University to study for a doctorate degree, but he stayed there for only 2 days before he quit. He had ideas for new companies, and he wanted to build things and make them real. He was ready to take the risk and go his own way. After his studies, Elon did not want to work for other people because he had big ideas and wanted to build his own company. Together with his brother Kimball, he started a company called Zip2. This company made software for online city maps. Imagine a map on a computer where businesses could show their advertisements. The early days were not easy because Elon and Kimball did not have much money, and sometimes they could not pay their bills. They worked incredibly long hours, slept in the office, and took showers at the local gym. But they never gave up because they believed in their idea. In 1999, a big company called Compaq bought Zip2 for more than $300 million, and Elon became a millionaire. This was only the beginning of his big success, but he was far from finished. He had even bigger plans and wanted to achieve much more. With his money, Elon started a new company called X.com. This company allowed people to send and receive money online. It was a revolutionary idea at that time. X.com joined together with another company called Confinity and became PayPal. PayPal quickly became famous and changed the way people paid for things on the internet. In 2002, PayPal was sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Elon made about $180 million from this deal, But he was not interested in just being rich and enjoying his money. He wanted to do much bigger things, and he already had plans to change the world. What would you do if you had $180 million? Most people would buy a nice house and enjoy life. But Elon did something completely crazy. He invested almost all of his money into 3 risky companies. These companies were SpaceX, Tesla, and Solar City. In 2002, Elon Musk founded SpaceX. This was a company that wanted to build rockets to bring people and things to space for a lower price. Scientists said he was crazy because private space travel was impossible. But Elon believed that one day humans would visit other planets and live there. In 2004, Elon also invested in Tesla. This was a company that wanted to build electric cars that would become famous around the world in the future. Back then, all the big car companies thought that electric cars were slow and boring and that nobody would buy them. But Elon saw things differently and soon became the boss of Tesla. Elon once said, "If I am going to fail, then I want to fail at something important." He put everything on one card and risked all of his money. He knew that he could lose everything. The next few years would show if his courage was madness or genius. The first rockets from SpaceX were a total disaster. The Falcon 1 rocket exploded at launch, not just once but 3 times in a row. Every explosion cost millions of dollars and brought the company closer to bankruptcy. The media said SpaceX was finished. At the same time, Tesla had massive problems. They could not build enough cars fast enough, and the quality was often not good enough. Elon called it production hell. The company was losing millions of dollars every month. Experts said Tesla would go bankrupt within weeks. The year 2008 was the hardest year in Elon's life. He had lost almost all of his money and had to borrow money from friends just to pay his rent. His marriage fell apart and the whole world said he had failed. He only had enough money left for one final rocket launch. Many people would have given up at this point and walked away to live a quiet life. But Elon was different. He told his team, "I will never give up, never." He was ready to lose everything, but he would not stop fighting. On September 28, 2008, SpaceX launched its 4th and final Falcon 1 rocket. And this time, it did not explode. It flew successfully into space. This was a historic moment because it was the first time ever that a privately built rocket reached Earth's orbit. Elon cried tears of joy. Just a few weeks later, SpaceX received a contract worth $1.6 billion from NASA. They would fly supply missions to the International Space Station. The company was saved and Elon's dream lived on. The people who had laughed at him could not believe it. Tesla also survived, and in 2012, they released the Model S. This car was immediately voted the best car of the year and proved that electric cars do not have to be boring. The Model S was fast, elegant, and could drive a long distance. People loved it, and Tesla finally became profitable. In 2015, SpaceX landed a rocket back on Earth for the first time. Before this, everyone thought it was impossible. Reusable rockets changed space travel forever and made it much cheaper. Elon had proven that the experts were wrong and that dreams can become reality. Today, Tesla is the most valuable car company in the world. It has forced the entire car industry to take electric cars seriously. SpaceX regularly sends astronauts to the space station and is working on sending humans to Mars. The man who almost lost everything changed 2 industries at the same time. What can we learn from Elon Musk about money? His journey shows us important lessons that everyone can understand, whether you are rich or poor. It is not just about making money. It is about how you use it and what you use it for. The first lesson is this: invest in ideas, not in luxury. When Elon made millions, he did not buy expensive mansions or yachts. Instead, he put almost everything into new companies that could change the world. He even lived at friends' houses for a while he was investing billions. The second lesson is this: think long term and be patient. While other companies focused on quick profits, Elon planned for years and decades into the future. His giant factories were incredibly expensive at first, but today they allow Tesla to sell more electric cars than any other company in the world. The third lesson is this: do not be afraid of failure and learn from your mistakes. Elon says if things are not failing, then you are not innovating enough. His teams tested rockets again and again and learned from every explosion until they finally succeeded. Mistakes are not the end. They are opportunities to learn. The fourth lesson is this: solve big problems that matter, not small problems that are easy. Elon focused on things like clean energy and space travel. These were problems that most people thought were too hard. He believes that money is a tool to solve big problems and to make the world better. The last lesson is maybe the most important one. Work harder than everyone else and never give up, even when the whole world says you will fail. Elon often slept in his factories and worked 100 hours per week. As he said himself, persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. In 2022, Elon surprised the whole world with an unexpected announcement. He wanted to buy Twitter, the social media platform that millions of people use, to share their thoughts and news. Many people ask themselves, why does the rocket and car guy want a social network? After the purchase was completed for $44 billion, Elon made big changes, and the biggest change was the new name. Twitter became X. Many people were confused and some were angry because they were used to the old name and loved the little bluebird logo. The changes at X led to heated discussions around the world. Some people liked the new rules, while others thought they were terrible. Some users left the platform while others stayed to see what would happen next. The media wrote new articles about it every day. The story of Elon buying Twitter shows us how much power and influence one single person can have in the modern world. Social media is incredibly important today for the way we communicate, and now one of the richest people in the world controls one of the most important platforms. Whatever you think about Elon Musk, one thing is clear. He is not like other people, and he is not afraid to take big risks, even when the whole world criticizes him. From a lonely, bullied boy in South Africa to one of the most influential people in the world, his story shows us that sometimes the craziest dreams can come true.
If you learned something new today, please like this video. It only takes a second and means the world to us. Subscribe for more stories.